Hey guys, it's Alter, and welcome back to another Backrooms video. Before we start, I just wanted to say that while these videos are quite different from what I've done in the past, I've enjoyed making them and digging through the internet in search of clues and things like that. And thanks to all the support from you guys, I've been more invested in continuing the search for answers. I never really planned for my channel to become involved in internet mysteries and analog horror, but I can't say that I'm disappointed. So thank you guys for all your support and showed interest in my videos recently. It really has been great interacting with you all and coming together with the Backrooms community. You guys already know from the title what today's video is about, but for those of you who don't know, Sobog is another Backrooms enthusiast and ARG creator that has caught my attention over the last few months. In part from some comments mentioning the similarities between him and Dinnerbone, but also because Sobog himself left a comment on my last Backrooms video. Shout out to you, my guy. The quality of Sobog's work is comparable to Dinnerbone's, but with a unique visual style. Throughout Sobog's channel, there's a bit more variety of content, all of which is very well made in its own right, but today I want to focus on the playlist titled Tapes. In the playlist description, it specifically says that the videos aren't in any particular order. And if this has any relevance to the ARG, I believe that to simply mean that these videos take place all around the same time and are all shown from the perspectives of different people. I'll get more into what I mean by that later in the video, but for now, let's go ahead and take a look at the first set of tapes. The first one we're going to look at is actually Sobog's most viewed video at over 1.5 million views, and is simply titled Encounter. At only 9 seconds long, this short video actually has quite a bit to unpack. We first see our person running through the backrooms, but coming up to a dead end. It's already a pretty startling scene to see someone running when comparing to the more gentle walkthroughs of Dinnerbone's videos, but on top of that, we see as they turn around that there's something stalking them from around the corner, with noise building up as we see the ceiling start to collapse. With all the interlacing and video artifacts, it's pretty difficult to make out the figure that's hunting our person, but I can only assume it's not anything you want near you. This of course would be the encounter that the video title is referencing. Moving on to the next video, Encounter 2. There's a bit more mystery and confusion behind it. Take a look. Confused yet? I will say that I love the analog style of Sobog's videos, but it definitely allows for more creative cuts and editing without seeming too out of place, all the while making it a bit harder to follow. But after watching the video a few times over, I believe I have a pretty solid explanation. At the very beginning, we can see a fuzzy image slowly loading in and suddenly cutting off to the main video. It's difficult to tell what the image is exactly, but to me, it looks like a picture looking down into the backrooms from a hole in the ceiling. As for why it's only a picture and loading in so slowly, I think it's a visual representation of what this person sees while no-clipping into the backrooms. Think about it. You literally have to cross the boundaries of reality to get into the backrooms. So it would make sense that your visual perception might be distorted or altered while transitioning from our reality to this one. Simply put, it could just be visual lag from your brain not being able to comprehend what just happened. I think that in Sobog's version of the Backrooms, all of your senses and experience become analog, or that of an old tape recorder. That would explain why the playlist is called Tapes in the first place, and why we see things like buffering and blue screens. This version of the Backrooms is not just portrayed like lost footage, but is actually perceived like lost footage. Long tangent aside, we can actually see that whoever stumbles into the Backrooms in the second video actually comes across the exact hallway where the events of the first video took place. We don't actually see what happens in the first video after coming in contact with the humanoid creature, but we can only assume it's not good, as the aftermath is clearly shown in the second video. Here we can see the panels that fell out of the ceiling from before, and some of the wiring strewn about as well, which might be why none of the lights seem to work anymore. It's hard to make a definite conclusion from these first two videos, but all I can say for sure is that whoever we saw in the first video, we weren't seeing the beginning of their Backrooms exploration, but rather the end of it. The next few videos in this ARG is where things really start to pick up, and is where I initially discovered that this was an ARG in the first place. Starting with a video called Backrooms. Again, short, but packed. Similarly to the first encounter, this video shows a person running through the Backrooms. They then seem to stop and look around as if trying to figure out where they are, before hearing a thud and turning around to see a ceiling panel fall to the ground. Very chilling visuals for sure, but perhaps the most disturbing part of this video is in the hidden lore. Thanks to a comment from Partition Zion 2, I learned that there are subtitles hiding right at the end of the video, and is a string of code in base 64. Partition took all the work out for us and decoded the text, which is as follows. Name: Elena Mae Reeves. Case: missing. December 12th, 2003. Friday, 1:32 a.m. Reason: unknown. Following suggestions from a couple of members of my Discord server, this video seems to be the last moment that Elena Reeves was seen alive. These lost tapes almost seem to serve as a black box of sorts for those who were unfortunate enough to end up in the Backrooms. Definitely some spooky stuff. Backrooms 2. Same pattern. Someone clipping into the Backrooms, taking a second to process what just happened. However, this time we don't see any immediate danger. They simply walk onto an elevator and the doors close. At the end, we get a caption of Morse code. Thanks to Craybait for this translation, we get name: Sarah Hart. Case: missing. 16th of January 2004. Friday, 11:56 p.m. Reason: unknown. These captions seem to be taken from official missing persons reports, which is why the reason is always listed as unknown. But I think it's safe to say that we know exactly why they went missing. Finally, coming to the last video in this playlist titled Backrooms 3, shows the least amount of action, but possibly has the most amount of information. The first half of the video seems to be showing some sort of infomercial or instructional video for a restoration process of some kind. Some sort of breathing exercise that's probably meant for calming someone down, although calling it a restoration process might imply something else. If we assume from earlier that in this universe people become analog when they fall into the Backrooms, a restoration process sounds more like a data reset or something like that. Some form of mind control, to put it bluntly. The second half of the video shows a mounted CRT TV, which we can assume was showing the same screens we had just seen. Wait. No. The TV's not mounted. It's on the floor. I only noticed this as I was writing the script, but the image here is actually flipped. Whoever we're seeing this image through is on the ground, possibly unconscious. Did I mention that some weird mind stuff might be going on? Just a theory. While researching for this video, I saw a lot of comments from others who had their own theories that, while different from mine, were honestly just as good or better. So far, this ARG in particular is proving to be a lot more difficult to explain, probably because there's so much going on all at once, and we're seeing all these different things happening through the eyes of multiple people. So it's difficult to put together a cohesive story. If you have your own theories as to what's going on in this ARG, be sure to let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear your thoughts on this as well. Massive shout out to Sobog and the amazing videos he's made. Be sure to check out his other videos and subscribe to his channel. He definitely deserves all the credit he can get. The link will be in the description. And while we're here, I wanted to officially announce the opening of my Patreon page. With the steady growth of the community and my channel recently, I wanted to take advantage of this opportunity to take the next step in hopefully turning these videos into a full-time thing. If you like what I do and want to support my videos further, please consider becoming a Patreon. Any amount pledged is greatly appreciated and directly supports me as a content creator. If you'd like to join in on exploring these types of videos with me, you can head over to my Discord server. There we deep dive into theories on Backrooms and Backrooms lore, and share cool stuff in general. While you're there, there's a bunch of other fun things you can do, like playing mini games for coins to buy stuff from the server shop, like this literal piece of the Backrooms that I just bought the other day. I also added a food channel recently in case you wanted to share what you had for lunch with the entire server. That's what I had for dinner last night, plus even more stuff that you get to see for yourself once you get there. We've had quite a lot of people join since the last video, and boy have we been having a ball. And it seems like my members agree. Support the channel, join the community, and jump into the alternate reality. Thanks for watching, hopefully you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video.